Well, hello and welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is my bariatric journey. So, the big question, just for a little quick recap, I am having, eventually, bariatric surgery. I was supposed to have it on November 19th, and that fell through because of the current situation that's going on. The hospitals were full, and so it got canceled on November 19th. Next, it was scheduled for December 30th, and yeah, you guessed it, got canceled again. So now it is scheduled for February 7th. So, am I having the surgery or not? Because 10 days, 11 days prior to the surgery, I have to start the pre-op diet, which would be today as you're watching this. So, will I or won't I get to have the surgery this time? The answer is, so far, it's a yes. Yay! I am having surgery. I am having surgery. At least I hope. But anyway, yes. So it could get canceled at any time during the pre-op diet. I hope not, because the pre-op diet is not a fun diet to be on. So I don't want to have to do it more than once. So what am I going to be eating? Because as you are watching this, it's the first day of my pre-op diet. So I'm going to show you what I get to have. Oh, yummy, yummy. I start off with a protein shake. These are like 30 grams of protein. So they want you to have these as opposed to the Slim Fast that I usually mix with milk, just because the protein is higher. So there's several different brands. This is the one I got, and I got it from Walmart. Yeah, so yeah, there it is. And this one, I got several different flavors because I have to drink 4 a day for 10 days. So I've got 40 different protein shakes. Well, they're not different, but anyway, here we go. I have 4 of caramel. Sounds pretty good to me, caramel. Then I have, just for something different, cafe au lait. And here's the funny thing. I am not a coffee drinker. I drink tea, but lately I have been craving like cappuccinos, like frozen cappuccinos. I'm not even pregnant. At least we would hope not, you know. A little old for that. But anyway, yes, I've been craving, I don't know why. Don't know why, but anyway, so we have some of those. And the rest, I'm not gonna lift them up because they're in 12 bottle packages, are the chocolate version. So I'm going to be drinking the protein shakes, and then I can have sugar-free Jell-O, sugar-free popsicles, sugar-free, no, I can't have sugar-free pudding. That's after the surgery. I can have, as far as tea, I can drink any kind of tea, but it has to be decaf. So I've had to stock up on decaf tea because usually I like it with caffeine. I like that little bit of a punch because I like my tea brewed really, really strong, and decaf tea is just kind of weak. And decaf tea is just kind of weak and wimpy to me. But anyway, that's what I've got to drink. So I've been stocking up on some decaf tea. So I can have that, but it has to be sugar-free as well. So, which is no problem because I don't put regular sugar in my tea. I put sugar substitutes in my tea. So that part's no problem. Then I can have different types of like soups or broths type of thing. Not cream soups, but like clear broth soups. So I have some beef broth. And I also, somewhere I have some chicken broth too, I believe. But anyway, so I have, and it's not just this, I've got like 7 or 8 of these containers of broth. Then there's the issue, they want you to have 2 vegetables a day. Now you guys have been watching the channel for a while know that my idea of a vegetable is a French fry or an onion ring. So yeah, those weren't on the list of things I could have. But things that were on the list that I could have that I did like were onions and tomatoes. So I actually, during the first when I thought I was going to have surgery, November 19th, I actually went out and bought a big bag of onions, and then I came home and I cut them up. There was much crying ensued because those onions were really, really strong. But anyway, I cut them up and then I threw them through a food processor so that they would blend really well. They were small. And I packed them into like sandwich size Ziploc baggies and threw them in the freezer. So I will be using some of those, and I put them in individual portions. And then I'm going to mix those with the beef broth. That way I've got French onion soup. And then instead of like regular tomatoes, I bought tomato puree. I did check the ingredients to make sure it's just tomatoes. There's nothing else in there. So yeah, it's just tomatoes. I figure it's the same thing. It's a tomato and it's all squished up. So anyway, it's kind of ground up and mushed. So we have tomato puree, which I can put any seasoning I want in it. So I figure if I throw a little oregano in there and a little bit of onion in there, yeah, and I could even throw some beef broth in there to add to it. That's gonna be soup. So in addition to the soup and the protein shakes, and like I said, the sugar-free popsicles, sugar-free Jell-O, I can also drink like sugar-free Gatorade. And we also bought, I'm looking over because it's sitting like over here on, in a stack. I bought some sugar-free Propel, which is sort of like a Gatorade. It's got electrolytes and stuff in it, so I can drink that as well. Then I have to stop all of my vitamin supplements. So I take a vitamin D supplement once a week, and I take vitamin B12 because apparently I might get a little loopy because I didn't know this, but B12, so B12, if your levels are too low, can actually give you symptoms of dementia. So if you watch me for the next week or so and I seem a little off, we'll blame it on the B12. We'll just say that that's the problem. So anyway, I have to stop those two, and then I have to take a fiber supplement. You can tell I shopped at Walmart. But anyway, this is like Benefiber. It's just cheaper. So anyway, I have to take this because, you know, you're not eating any solid, so you want to keep things moving right along. So anyway, we've got that. And then they tell you you need to take a vitamin, not right now, but after the surgery. And so, yeah, they recommend Flintstones chewables. So I bought the store brand, which actually had higher vitamin stuff in it than the Flintstones did. And I bought two. So anyway, that's what I'm doing with that. So to explain why I'm on a diet this far ahead of the surgery. Well, the surgery is done robotically, and it's also done orthoscopically. So they don't actually cut you open, you just have like little holes. So I will have 3 little holes on one side of my stomach and one bigger hole on the other. So the little robot thingy apparently goes into the 3 little holes, and they cut your stomach, they stitch your stomach with like a staple, and they make it smaller, and then they remove the excess part of the stomach through the bigger hole on the other side. I used to be a nurse. I really wish, I got to talk to the doctor. I wonder if she'll let me look at my stomach. I'm just curious, how big is it that they're going to pull out of me, and what does it look like? You know, maybe if I promise not to throw up, I can do that, because it's not going to bother me to look at it, but I think it'd be really fascinating. So I don't know if I'll get my wish or not, but I think it would be really cool to go look at my stomach. I know that's weird, but maybe, yeah, we'll see. So that is what is up right now. So we're on this yummy little diet for the next 10 days. The 11th day, which is the day before the surgery itself, I am on a total clear liquid diet. And then of course the day of the surgery, I have nothing to eat whatsoever. I don't have details beyond that at this point as far as what time I have to get there. You know, any other stuff that's going on. I do know that there is some washing prep that you have to do, but when we get a little closer to the surgery, I'll talk about that. So for the next few weeks, if the surgery continues to progress the way it looks like it's going to, there will be a bariatric video each week, because I'm hoping to take you guys with me to the hospital. so you can kind of like firsthand see what's going on. So anyway, that is it for today. Thanks again for watching, and for sticking with me through all this, and for your prayers and your kind words through all this. And yeah, let's hope it works out this time. So I will talk to you all later. Bye everybody.